Hi, I'm MJ.
And I'm AJ.
And today we're going to show you how to make a pop-up card with flowers. So, what you're going to need for today is, if you got a kit from us, you should already have some cardstock and some different colored paper. In addition to that, you're going to need
scissors, glue, and something to put the glue on with.
Glue sticks are ideal for doing this, but if you don't have glue sticks, you can use liquid glue. So all of these papers are what we're going to use to make our flowers and some leaf petals. So what we need to start with is these two. Can you tell them what you've done while I do it? Yeah?
Well, I just folded them both in half. Dang, we don't have a popsicle stick.
Oh no, we don't have a popsicle stick.
I was about to say, is that? Nope, we don't.
I get one. Measuring becomes easier if you use a popsicle stick. If you watched the last one where we did a pop-up card, we're going to do the same thing that we did with that. And we forgot to grab a pencil too.
Yeah.
Want to grab us a pen or pencil?
Yep.
The popsicle sticks are a great width to keep your flower stems. They're wide enough to be sturdy, but skinny enough that they still kind of look like stems. If you don't have a popsicle stick, you can just use a ruler.
I'm not sure if he's working.
And you want to be on the folded side of your paper. And again, we're going to go to varying levels.
Which side of the green one?
Huh?
I don't know.
Ooh, my lines are really crooked today.
Do we also want to do this?
Yeah, probably. She's got her type A on today, so listen to her instead of me. So what she's doing is marking various heights to make it easier to fold. Ooh, this has been used to cut wires. So she's doing 3 different levels of flowers on hers. And she's using a grid which will keep hers more straight, and it'll make sure that her lines end in the same places. Oh, you think you can focus in on her? How many flowers you gonna do, sis?
I don't know, I put too many lines.
You what?
I put too many lines already.
You can have a lot of flowers.
Apparently I am. That should be definitely good.
That should be definitely good. Do you want the better scissors?
This one's not safe to leak.
more people on than we had yesterday.
I'm cutting on my lines so then, yeah, it pops out.
She's gonna have a whole bunch of flowers.
Oh, nice.
I'm having a lazy day. I'm gonna have 5. The more flower stems you make, the more flowers you have to create.
There we go. It's a lot of flowers.
Start your popping. She's gonna pop every other one through.
No. Not. Then you have to like fold them every once in a while.
There you go.
I also have an odd number.
That's okay. I have an odd number too.
Good.
Okay, now that our guts are ready to stick inside the card, we want to make sure that we do the outside of the card first. Otherwise, we'll have to wait for the inside to dry because you don't want to close this once you've started gluing on the inside. So we're going to make a big flower on the outside, and we've given, if you got kits from us, you have a big yellow sheet and a big pink sheet in case you wanted to do a sunflower instead of a pink flower. So I'm going to do a pink flower, and to do that, you're just going to accordion with like 3/4 of an inch. This is going to be kind of the width of those outer petals. So I folded it in half. Fold it in half, Sissy. Gave you your own directions. This way. Kind of like making a snowflake. If you fold it in half and then don't cut the folded edge, it's going to give you 2 on 1. So these wider ones are going to be my outside petals, and these skinnier ones will be my inside petals. And I fold it so that I have 4 layers. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to give us 8 petals of each. So if you take your folded end, and you don't want to make a tip there, you want to leave it kind of fat. And then you're just going to cut it into a petal shape.
Now what do I use since it's so that a little wide? This is Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Cut it in half. 1, 2, 3, row.
Yeah.
I would make those ones smaller. Like that.
And then cut it.
Yep, then cut it in half so you have big ones and small ones. We made the petals a little smaller this time because we learned last time that one was too big and it wouldn't, yep. It wouldn't fit in an envelope because the flower went too far. So as my kids would say, we're gonna make an X and a T. Yep, keep that folded edge flat. Do you wanna use mine as a template?
Oh, that edge.
You're gonna go like this. And see that edge you cut as pointy. And that one you're gonna leave flatter. You don't have to leave it flatter, it just makes it so you only have to glue one thing.
How am I supposed to use a template if I can't use
It just goes out and in. Here, I'll show you, I'm gonna do my smaller ones. Go out till it almost reaches the outside and then curve back in until you go, you need these scissors?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this other half of this one. You don't have to leave the bottom connected. It's kind of like when you make hearts. It just makes it so you don't have to deal with as much. There's the good scissors if you want those.
Do not cooperate.
Dull scissors, especially ones with little chunks out of them, aren't ideal. Do you want good scissors? You're just gonna keep
I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
stalwartly pressing forward.
All these ones are just bigger, so it's harder.
Whoa, still connected. On this smaller one, I'm trying to put a point between in each of these gaps. Someone's phone's going nuts. So we have a lots of layer flower, which again is not going to fit in an envelope because I've got too many bulkies sticking out. If you didn't use your big yellow sheet, you have a smaller yellow sheet that you can use for the center. And I am terrible at cutting circles. Yeah, I had that happen too.
Okay.
If you have like a soda bottle or something, a water bottle lid that you could trace, that's about the size that you want this. Ooh, look, there's a Tracy thing. We're gonna trace a keychain ring. That should be a good size. Just stick your dot on the center. Make it up. Again, they're saying that COVID-19, they do not believe transmits via mail, so you should be safe to mail cards to your loved ones. And most of the time, they're not going to care if there's a couple imperfections. It just makes it more heartfelt because they know it's really homemade if it has some oopses.
That was not right, okay.
Ooh, and I put my line side up. Even better. Try not to put your line side up. Now on the outside of my card, I'm going to use this bright green to make a couple of leaves. And I only like to do half things, but I want 2 leaves. So to get 2 leaves, I'm going to double my paper. And to only have to cut out half of a leaf instead of a whole leaf, I'm gonna fold it in half the other direction.
What if I just left it like that?
And in this case, I don't want these connected, so I'm cutting off that little connected end. You want scissors, sis? And when I unfold it, that gives me 2 leaves.
This is gonna be interesting.
I want to stick these under my flower somewhere that is not going to stick over the edge so that they will fit in my envelope better.
These are some interesting centers.
You got some interesting centers? Oh, that's cute. See how she has a plus and an X?
I guess that's interesting.
I'm gonna make mine worse by trying to make it better.
Is my face in the center?
No. But I am gonna trace around my stuff with black. Make it look kind of intentional maybe.
These are really small, and there's a lot of them.
You should have the same number as you had big ones.
I think that's a big lot. Didn't.
All of this because I glued the wrong side down. What, you're zooming in on my damage control? Which, as usual, is resulting in more damage?
No. You're adding detail.
Oh, is that what we call it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm adding detail to make up for the fact that I accidentally glued my thing upside down.
Yeah, there's one more. Than the other
Well, you
one.
don't have to put them all on. How'd I miss these guys?
This paper, I'm guessing.
Huh? Yep.
You fold it in half or something?
I traced a keychain. Okay, now I have an animated flower. Now while she's doing that, I'm gonna get ready to do my inside, and I'm really gonna cheat because I want little flowers, but I don't want to have to make little flowers, little circles for my flowers. So I'm gonna use a hole puncher.
Actually,
This is what I did last time too, huh? Look at all those little holes I have now, right? Just imagine making packets for 150 packets.
with that noise.
This squeaking so many times.
But we didn't use that one.
No, we used the other one that you couldn't punch more than 4 pieces of paper with. And looky there, I have all sorts of little insides of flowers. We'll show you some flowers that don't require a yellow core. While she's working on her circle, I'm just making things that I know we're gonna need on the inside. I know that we're gonna need some leaves.
There's no hack to that.
Hmm?
There's no hack to that.
Put your leaves on your outside.
Which color?
I use the bright green because on the inside the bright green doesn't stand out very good because it's already bright green.
Should I fold it in half?
I did. I fold it in half both ways. Because then you only have to cut once and you get 2 leaves.
Those two?
Hmm?
Those two, right? Scissors.
Don't cut your finger off, please.
I know.
I tried that yesterday. I learned that my sewing scissors are really sharp. Yeah. If you're a parent or an older sibling helping out, some of these little detail things take a long time to do. So it's a thing that you can do to help while the younger ones are working on stuff.
I have 4 flowers, but I only need 2.
Oh, you have 4 leaves.
Yeah, I mean, I could put like a few every once in a while. It's gonna be really interesting. Sure, that's a leaf.
That's cute.
Yeah, but what do I do with the other 2?
Stick 1 or 2 more in. Ah, thank you. Lovely delivery. New cameraman today. My husband's doing it because my son is in taking care of some carrots that we were able to get out of the neighbor's garden before they tilled them under, because they survive pretty well in the ground over the winter. Do one more? Okay, I'm gonna start gluing my guts together.
So one. Should I put it right there or here?
Yeah, I do it right there. I don't like them being all like, yeah. Okay, if you haven't done pop-up cards with us before, this is an important part because you're gonna line everything up, and after this, you're gonna be working with the card open once you get stuff glued down. So we're just gonna go around the perimeter with our glue, and you wanna try to not get any glue on the bottom of the card. And this isn't all the glue that we're gonna put in here, but until we get stuff lined up, I'm just gonna worry about those edges and making sure that those are glued down really well. Again, way easier with the glue stick.
Don't you need the rest of it?
Nope, I do this, line it up, press that down. And then I'm just gonna go back in and glue. A lot of times when you double layer cards, you're gonna end up with some trimming that you need to do at the end, and that's fine. So I'm gonna press that all down really good. And then I'm gonna turn it over and do the same thing on the back side. Try to lighten up there a little, sis.
I'm trying to spread it.
If you're using liquid glue, you want to be careful not to get too much on it, just because it will start to warp your paper. Too late, she says, too late. We already started to warp the paper.
You did when you started doing your flower.
I know. Make sure everything pops. It's a lovely pop. Now I learned this before. You want to put your leaves on before you start sticking flowers on, or you're not going to get your hands back into some of these spots.
Yep. You have to press it.
Which doggo is that?
Petrie.
Petrie.
Our dogs are inside. Locked in my room.
That makes it sound so cruel. They love being in your room.
I know. They also like being out in the living room.
They also like being right next to the table.
And then Missy does. Max likes being in her lap.
Apparently we've been going too long. Sorry, y'all.
I need to.
This one does take more time.
I need to go out to my horse to get.
Oh, yeah, we do have a farrier coming.
Why?
WD, we need you to come take over the video, please. We gotta go catch the horse. I'll show you how to do a couple flowers and then turn everybody loose. I've learned that I am quite good at drawing and quite terrible at freehand cutting. Meaning I don't cut out flowers very well.
That.
So, a few different kinds of flowers that we have.
Mine looks like mine.
You can do tulips,
Wait, how do you cut? Wait, where are your?
and you can do 5-petaled flowers. I don't even know. Oh, she's gonna use those scissors. I'll make you some tulips too. So tulips, oh, not tulips, just kidding. We're doing like, I don't remember what that's called. We're just gonna make little buds because those can be really nice to put on. So it looks like the flower hasn't bloomed yet. And then if we wanna do bluebells or tulips, you cut kind of a half a cup and then do those little pokey parts. I'm doing multiple colors at the same time because there's 2 of us doing cards, so we should be able to mix up and diversify. And then this is the one that I'm terrible at, which is your normal one that kids are really good at drawing that I've never been good at drawing. Where you have the 5-petaled flower. And this is the one that requires the little dot to go in the middle. So if you want to, just avoid this flower completely. Then you don't have to worry about the dot, and you don't have to worry about cutting out things that look more like they belong on SpongeBob. Yeah, I think we're going for a 4-petal, whatever this is. It's pretty bad, sis. Almost looks like monk's hood or something. Ooh. Anyway, I did find out, again, after experimenting, it's way easier to put the dot on the flower before you put the flower on the stem.
That totally looks like leaves. The bottom of mine are flat because I don't know.
Anyone else's kids getting cabin fever? It's like the first 2 weeks were a great little vacation and time together, and now everybody's getting a little tired of seeing each other, touching each other, breathing the same air as each other. I want to do a big tulip for my center flower, so. Sorry, Grandma, I'm not any better at doing this than I was when I was probably 6. So, once you have some flowers cut out, you can start gluing them on. Like I said, I'm gonna glue my little centers on.
My leaves are falling.
Before I try to stick them on there.
Here, I got some glue.
I should diversify my colors. Red's my favorite color. Red and blue and black. And then all of the other colors kind of start to fall in line after that. Not that you needed to know my favorite colors, but...
Mine is a
Whoa,
little...
there's 2 there.
Mine
What's this? If you
sometimes-
want a pink one, I accidentally just glued one. And now I have a yellow floater stuck.
But it's hard to tell my favorite color most of the time because I'm randomly wearing colors.
Yep. But when in doubt, blue and green. Wah, wah. You do want to let these fully dry before you try to close them. But one thing to keep in mind as you're cutting stuff, you see that? You see that? Problem.
Not problem on mine.
Problem on
Dang
mine.
it, I did it upside down.
I'm gonna lower mine
That's
down.
interesting.
Oh, you did yours upside down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. We're doing great on the flower front today. Mine sticks out the top and hers is upside down.
It's going to be upside down
There
flowers.
we go.
It's just going to be upside down flowers.
I'm gonna do a
See?
flower bud.
That's also red.
We could also just do
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Mom,
It's also red.
Mom, we could sit like this. Mom, you could do that
Huh?
and then open it.
Oh yeah, you could. You could write your message on the front, like here, so that they knew that it opened that way. If you're super motivated with life, you could also stick some flowers up in here and draw stems for them later when this is all dry.
All of my leaves are trying to bail out.
They're like, no.
They don't want to stay in their spots.
Who's that?
Kelly Reek.
Ah.
Who's that?
Debate.
She's a speech teacher. She probably needs help getting her classes online because we're all going a little crazy trying to get our classes online. So once this dries, I can come back through and add stems to these couple of flowers back here. Maybe draw some grass. That's that finished. You good if I show them next week, sis?
Yeah.
All right, if you want kits for next week, now's the time to let us know. We will be doing another set of balloon cards. Well, another set of cards. We're just, instead of a pop-up card, we're going to do balloons. We've got a wreath made out of hearts. We're going to have one day where we teach you some different boondoggle things. So that's a bracelet, that's a snake. This is a more traditional boondoggle that you can turn into a keychain. We're going to do little beaded critters, and the kits that we're giving out have enough beads to do any of these three. We have a kind of frog, a lizard, and a snake. We'll be doing dragonflies and butterflies, and then cute little birds. So message us if you are going to need a kit this week. We're going to try to get those put together here in the next couple of hours. And we will see you at 11 again during the week. We had just changed it for conference scheduling. So say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. See you at 11.